Hi everybody, this is Emily from DIYM, and today I kind of want to show you how to do a sign. So I picked these signs up from the dollar store, but yeah, this is $2.50 at our dollar store. This is a Canadian dollar store, Dollarama, so I just picked up a couple of them just to decorate or alter it. We're going to focus on this one. I already did a project a few years back when I wasn't actually doing stuff with my channel. I'll show you that later on in this video, but I just wanted to show you what I'm doing now. The things you'll need for this project are obviously a sign, maybe something that's already done like this, or a piece of wood. This is a masonite panel. If you wanted to, you could go over top of it completely with a piece of paper and some Mod Podge, or you can just paint over it, whatever. I really do like this design, so I think I'm going to keep this, and I'll show you how I'm going to alter it. It's not too much, but I really enjoy what this is. So I wanted to make a fortune-telling sign, so what I'm going to use with this is, I already did this kind of, I took an ice cream container, cleaned it out obviously, and just glued this on top. So it's all bits and pieces, the board game pieces. I got this from a board game store on AliExpress. I will try to find that store and maybe the link for this, and I'll try to link that down below for you guys, okay? So I'll be using this, some Mod Podge Dimensional Magic markers, and you'll see why. So this is a white paint marker. This is a Pilot Supercolor Permanent Ink. So this is white, and this is a fine tip one. This one is, it's Sharpie twin tip, really fine on one side, which is actually the side we're going to use. So this is ultra fine, I think, or extra fine, and then this is a fine bullet tip. So I'm going to use those guys, and then we're going to use a label maker. I thought that there was a clear tape with white ink on it, but this one's clear with black, so you can use this sort of thing too if you want. This is on a black surface, and I was hoping that the white would be a nice contrast against this instead. So what I do have, because that tape doesn't seem to exist, or at least I can't find it if it does exist easily, this is like the only one I have, so I might get some extras, but I found a black tape with the white ink. So I'm going to open that up and I will put it in here, and I'm going to alter this with this stuff. So I found, and you can search around in here and find whatever color you want, but I felt like there wasn't an orange in this. Again, you can paint things if you'd like to. I kind of wanted to keep with the color scheme. This part, the base of this arrow, when taken apart, it's pretty much the exact size as this eye. It just goes over a little bit, and you can see this eyelid part needs to be painted, and I would like to keep some sort of details on there. So what I ended up doing was taking these guys. I did this off screen, so I took these guys. Doesn't look the best, it's a little messy, but that's okay, just looks Halloween-y. And I basically did that, so just sort of matched everything up and painted with the paint marker, the eyelid part, and then some shine. And then I tried to, unfortunately it has like a weird reddy black look to it, but yeah, I tried to sort of make things a little bit more detailed. In some lights you can sort of see it doesn't look too bad, but in other lights, if the lights are shining right on it, it doesn't look great. But anyways, I tried to do a couple of little shines here too, just try to keep the thing going here as well. But yeah, for the most part, for the majority of it, it pretty much matches up. So I'm going to glue this down, and then I'm going to stick this in here once this is dried. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I like to use my Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. It's almost like resin-like quality. It glues down really well. It's also hard. It has a lot of bubbles in this one because I think I accidentally shook it, which I shouldn't have done. Just don't do that sort of thing, guys. Trust me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right where the eye is here. Sometimes it doesn't want to come out. So yeah, it's quite dimensional, as you can see here. And then I'm going to take this that's already been done here. So it's kind of slippery and wet right now. Place it down. Unfortunately, it's seeping out a bit. I shouldn't have put down as much as I did. I'm just going to take this off fully. Uh-oh. Just wipe that down a bit. There you go. And then I'll just put that back on there. There you go. I think that's a little bit better, actually. Get this off. There. I think that's better, so it's not seeping out anymore. So it's a little bit hard to get off here. That's okay. I'm going to put this back on. Actually, first I'm going to wipe the top, and then I'm going to stick this back on. But yeah, so that's pretty much where I want it. So I'm just going to let it dry for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with a bunch of sayings. So I don't like using AI necessarily in my art, but I wanted to make some kind of original sayings for the arrow to point to. So what I did was I talked to the Meta AI and asked for different fun fortunes for like a spinny sign. And it came up with a whole bunch of different categories. So I'm going to try to see if I can share that with you guys down below below, see if I can send you a bunch of them that you could do so you can have them for different vibes. I think I'm going to go with a lot of the mysterious ones that they showed me in like a specific category. I'm going to pick a bunch of those, at least 10 or so fun ones, and I'm going to print them out on here. And I think I'm going to also cut around things a little bit so that it's not so strips of tape. It looks a little bit, hopefully, more of a design. So that's basically what I'm going to do next, but I'm going to let this dry for now and then leave it overnight. So this guy here is still drying. Hopefully it doesn't take all night. So I printed up a bunch of these fun little fortunes that the meta AI on my Facebook came up with. So this one's like, your destiny is hidden, a mysterious figure watches, your destiny is written in the stars. So it uses a lot of the same words like destiny and mysterious figure and all this sort of stuff. A hidden door leads to adventure, the shadows hide a secret message, your path is shrouded in mist, a mysterious figure holds the key, the wind whispers secrets, a surprise lurks in the shadows, and your path is guided by the moon. So I was thinking this one would potentially go around here, unless I just rearrange things so that it doesn't go over top of the hand, because I kind of like the hands. This one looks almost like a bracelet, which is kind of cool, but I don't know if I really love the idea of this being in the palm. I just really like the images of the hands, but what I'm thinking of doing is when I insert this guy, and when it goes around, if it lands on the hand, it's either a free spin. If it's right in the middle of two, you just spin it around again. Wherever it lands, it's a little bit easier to understand what your fortune is, or I guess if it's leaning more towards a specific fortune, that's basically what your fortune is, right? So, but I was hoping to spread it out a little bit more, even if it does kind of disrupt the design slightly. So that's the only kind of unfortunate thing with this design. I really like the design as is. So what I've been doing, instead of making this look like a straight thing of tape, I've been sort of just cutting around things to make it look a little bit more wobbly, which I think looks a little creepier, to be honest. And I'm not making it super perfect. Stay semi-close, but not so close that you cut things off by accident. And then I might just stick this right here, or you can rearrange it in any way you like. I'm going to probably figure it out and rearrange things, and then I'll stick them down, and then I'll show you guys how it sort of turned out in the end. But yeah, this is kind of the idea of just putting the fortunes around as neatly as possible. I've been actually putting things between here just so that some of the graphics aren't hidden. Anyways, you do you. But yeah, I'm going to just play around with this and see where I want things to be actually laid out properly. Okay, I'll let this dry for maybe an hour or two around there. But yeah, I put down all the things here. If you don't like how shiny things are, because you can sort of see how shiny things are in the light, you can always go over it with like a matte spray, or even make everything glossy, whatever you'd like to do. There's a few things you can do to dull this gloss, or there's lots of things. I'm just kind of leaving it as is. It's not that big of a deal. I think in certain light conditions it should be okay. But yeah, I forgot to say that I did the smallest font on my label maker when I did this, just so that everything can sort of squeeze between these images. I also, when I was putting things down, it's not perfect or whatever, but I tried to make things kind of even throughout the design. I think it looks a little bit better than it did. But yeah, when I was placing everything, if I thought I was going to forget where something was, I put this as a placeholder just to show what lines I wanted to go between. And then I just placed it down between the lines and then smoothed it out from there as I was placing. I took the backing off, obviously, on all of it, and I just smoothed it down like that. So from what I can see, there's not really a lot of air bubbles when I put this down. Anyways, it's pretty straightforward and easy, this project. So then I think it's pretty much glued down there. I don't see it wobbling around or moving, but what you can do is you pop this in like that. And yeah, so then that's your fortunes. If it lands between something, you might want to spin again. This one's a surprise lurks in the shadows. Oh no. I also tried to spread things out a little bit so that certain things like a mysterious figure, things weren't right beside each other in the design. I hope I did okay. I might have screwed up a few. I don't really see too many messes, but it's fine. If you notice something, then that's perfectly fine too. So that's basically that particular project, guys. And then you can just sort of hang it on the wall. And then this is a perfect fun decor for a party. Honestly, this took like a couple hours to make. It didn't really take that much time. And the next part of the video, I'll probably show you the other sign that I made that it was very similar to a Michael's decor thing. The Michael's thing was from 2019, and I think I made it back in 2022 or something around there. I wasn't really doing my channel at the time, so I'll show you a little bit of footage of that. Okay. So I made this duplicate of a Halloween Wheel of Fortune sign that was at Michael's in about 2019. I found the image of it on the internet and duplicated the sign in Illustrator. It's really cool. I actually put it on a sign that was at Dollarama. I painted the background black, this edge gold, Mod Podged the image on, a couple coats of Mod Podge. It is a little bit wrinkled, as you can probably see here, and weathered, probably because of the ink from the printer sort of streaking a little bit, but I kind of like that because it gives a more haunted Halloween-y vibe to it, so it's fine. I have these arrows that clip together that I got from AliExpress, and I Mod Podged the center part so that it goes with the rest of it, and then just glued that on with Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. Yeah, it works pretty well. It's interactive, which I think is really fun and really cool, and I'm sad that I didn't pick it up originally. I don't know if I even saw it in person. I think I saw it on people's Instagram or social media or something, and I really liked it. I wished that I got it, so instead of wishing, I just made it myself. So I hope you guys like this. It actually wasn't too expensive, but it's really, really cool, really, really fun to make, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So there you go, guys. Hidden door leads to adventure. So these are really fun signs for your decor. Oh, I found this in my Halloween decor, so that was a cool find. And then I think I got this last year, so this is pretty much the time that I was doing this video. It's probably on sale or something like that after Halloween. I thought this was perfect for this video, right? The Wheel of Fun. So it's a very similar concept. I think it was probably at Michael's that I found this because it says Ashland, $24.99 Canadian and US $20. It's probably on sale, and that's probably why we bought it, because I don't think I would have bought that full price. But yeah, I think probably on sale. This is the Wheel of Fun. It says you will see a ghost, ghouls heading your way, black cats will cross your path, your future is bright, and you don't want to know. So it's a very, very similar concept, and I just thought that was really, really cool, and I just wanted to show you guys because I thought that was really fun. So now I've got a whole bunch of these interactive signs to play with, and I think that they'd be really, really fun for a party. So yeah, whatever you guys want to use them for, just regular decor or a party or something, I think that buying it or making it yourself, obviously, is a really, really fun idea. So I hope you guys like that. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and share the video in case anybody you know might enjoy this kind of content. I think this is a lot of fun. I will see if I can find the stuff and link it below if I can. Hoping this stuff is still in existence. I'm sure it is, but we'll see. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope everybody has an amazing Halloween and maybe cool Halloween parties to go to, or at least throw, now that you've got this knowledge, right? And I hope everybody takes care and has a good one. Okay, bye everybody! Happy Halloween! Boo!